come on, I need a 15K.
I come to you with the basics of this proposal, an Ironman opportunity.
The estimated economic impact is around $7 million.
We come to you tonight to share with you an opportunity, an Ironman race.
We're actually doing a economic impact study with the University of Idaho. So we're just estimating, we're really around 11, probably closer to 12 to 15 million. But we'll have those actual numbers from our study.
I'm going to oppose this. I have Ironman fatigue. And I agree with you, Mr. Mayor, when this was a nonprofit organization, it seemed really cool. But it's a $650 million international corporation, and I object to that. I also find it very disturbing that we're celebrating people coming here who are making $247,000 a year when the average Coeur d'Alene citizen makes $200,000 less than that. Their rent's going up. It's costing them more to put gas in their car and food on their table, and to bring in a bunch of people who are wealthy into town to see how spectacular it is, to me, is part of the growth problem that we have with people coming here and buying million-dollar condos and displacing the people we are paid to represent. And it's going to cost us money. Taxpayers are going to be underwriting this multi-million-dollar corporation to the tune of $36,000. I think they can pay for it if they want to have it here. I think they can do a lot more if they want to have it here. So I'm going to object to this, and I'm going to let it be known that I have Ironman fatigue, and next year I'm going to be extremely reluctant to renew the contract.
Justin O'Connell. How about just slow down on just one topic tonight?
Yeah, no problem. Last meeting was busy, though. Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. Tonight's the topic is World Triathlon Corporation. Congratulations, World Triathlon Corporation, doing business as Ironman, on 20 years of taxpayer funds. An amazing run. The local taxpayer helped make them nearly $1 billion international for-profit corporation. Thank you so much, taxpayer. Do they even pay the town's event fee? It's like only what, 15 bucks? Ironman does 230 events each year globally. If they charge each town $15K, they make nearly $4 million a year off taxpayer money alone. That's gangster. That's America. The peasants whine about capitalism. Oh, capitalism, it's so scary. Ha, there's no capitalism. It's crony capitalism, from corn to marathons, or socialism. And now we're giving the World Triathlon Corporation $15K annually for the next 3 years. I know we're all friends with Ironman. They let us run in the big race. Please save my spot. But Council, we've known each other a while now. We're all buddies here. Give me in on this taxpayer money thing. You have the power. Make a law. That's how it works. I want $15K a year for forever. And I need you to do it within the next 2 minutes, or else everyone's going to be very disappointed in you. That's how they do it. We need a story for the press, so I founded the Central Planning Random Events Commission. We determined it'd be great if you gave me $15K. Did you ever get that impact study from the university about the economic impact of Ironman? You forgot to fax it to me. Regardless, I founded Central Planning University. Whatever numbers you need, let me know. I can dictate them. Ironman says they're worth 7 million, 11 million, 15 million, whatever to the region. But CPU estimates that I can generate $1 bazillion for the region. Instead of Ironman, let's do Enviroman. Instead of shutting down only some of the small businesses for Ironman, Enviroman shuts them all down. It's equitable. I'll do anything you want. Just give me the $15K, please. I really need it. Ironman brings in Californians and the like, making $250K a year. That's like 10 years of work for most people that live here. So let's do gentrify. You give me $15K and we decorate the town like Aspen. Okay, here's a deal you can't refuse, Mayor. Give me $15K and you'll never hear from me again. Please? Come on, I need a $15K, please. Are you at least going to negotiate with World Triathlon Corporation? Here's the deal. They waive their host city fee and we build them an Ironman statue. We sold the moose, so we need another mammal. Also, a word from the wise over at Central Planning, and this is sad but possibly true. If you have a lot of young male athletes running this event, you're going to need extra EMS. Thank you so much.
Well, Mr. Mayor, we have a big event this weekend, don't we? Council members, thank you for your time. I'm representing the Ironman group. I've been teed up by our fellow speaker this evening, so I appreciate that. What I'm here today to speak about is a thank you and really looking for approval for the next 3 years for a 70.3 distance Ironman. So that would go through 2026. We did talk about a little bit the economic impact. We do have that study done and completed by the University of Idaho and Professor Peterson. So I will provide that to you.
The city has worked with the World Triathlon Corporation and especially our colleagues at the North Idaho Sports Commission. Never has the city of Coeur d'Alene written a check to triathlon. The economics for these individuals that participate in these races are very solid. They have a huge demographic. They tend to make really good incomes. We want to do it at this time, mainly because there's an event this weekend. It is the full, and they would like to announce the fact that we will open up for more Ironman in Coeur d'Alene.
When this came up last year, we asked you to have council involved with the contract. Did that happen?
I would say it did not happen.
Okay, because I have questions that I think would have been better for you to answer and deal with before bringing the contract forward, as opposed to bringing the contract forward now. There is an obligation that we have that you wrote in the financial analysis that it will cost us $28,000 a year. That should have been something that should have been negotiated, that they go ahead and reimburse us for the extra costs that it's for the taxpayers to provide the safety for this event.
Huge Ironman supporter, but it's come to us now with no discussion and just, here you go, sign off because Ironman's this weekend. That was a deja vu. I'm like, we heard this before. We heard this the last time we were looking at the contract they wanted to announce because it was Ironman weekend. So the full council and the mayor gave feedback that this is a for-profit organization and we wanted you to go negotiate away all of the costs, the additional cost of public safety, because that should be on them. But we want Ironman here. And so now we're here again. And I feel like, well, if I don't support this, am I saying no to Ironman? And that's not my intent. My intent is to support the city. And the whole idea that this is going to cost us $28,000 a year, going out now 3 more years with no negotiation.
That's not the model that this organization uses, and so that's why the economic impact report speaks to approximately $10 to $12 million for the half Ironman. And so reimbursement is not the way in which they run their Ironman programs. And so we worked to lower that event sponsor fee in order to keep the total cost down for all parties involved.
That didn't lower the cost for the city at all.
Correct.
When you say that they just don't negotiate that, well, aren't we in the driver's seat?
We are, yeah, they want to be here.
Okay, well, I'm not going to move forward on this motion yet. I'm going to hope for some negotiation. I think it's reasonable that they help us cover, or they cover the overtime.
This is kind of the same model that, you know, every billionaire NFL team owner uses when they get the city to go ahead and build them a stadium so that their team can, and they can make a ton of money. It's the same thing. You say, why did the city council agree to build a stadium for a billionaire? And I know that's not the level we're talking about here, but it's the same philosophy, is that, you know, if this was a nonprofit, that's fine, that's great, but they are a for-profit company, and they make a lot of money off this. Well, I'd be willing to table the motion if we can wait to read the report.
What I'm having a hard time with is understanding why the Ironman organization would believe that the city should pick up the expense for the public safety. I just can't wrap my head around that. Like, why? It's not negotiable, apparently. That doesn't make any sense to me. No other entity that comes here and hosts events expects the city to pay for public safety, for the overtime. Mm-hmm. And so a for-profit is what I'm talking about. So can you kind of walk me through that, why there would never be I guess, some sort of understanding that maybe shouldn't be the city taxpayers' burden.
It is something that I think we'd be okay with covering. The Ironman group would be. So if that is true, if it's 28,000 that we're looking at, for overtime expenses, now this isn't, standard police throughout the week that we're here,
Right.
but if there's overtime associated with medical, fire, and PD, we can pick that up, for sure.
Well, we could have an agreement then.
Yeah.
Can we do that now? I would love that. And I'd still like to see the report, the impact study. I think we all want to see that. Make a motion to approve Resolution 23050, approving a second amendment to the host venue agreement with the World Triathlon Corporation Ironman and the North Idaho Sports Commission, just to reimburse us for the overtime for public safety.
Second.
We have a motion second. Further discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk take the roll, please?
Wood,
Yes.
Evans,
Yes.
Miller,
Aye.
McEvers,
Aye, aye.
Gookin.
Yes. Thank you so much. I do
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you.
flexibility and
Continue
understanding
to
our
be good
situation.
partners and long-term partners. So
We
thank
love
you.
Ironman.
Appreciate
We
it.
do.
Good job.
Thank you.